In today's world of barcode tracking and highly automated processes, it's becoming increasingly critical to add a barcode quality control step into the manufacturing system to help achieve the benefits of automatic data capture and ensure readability of barcodes throughout the supply chain. Firstly, what is a verifier? It's much more than an ordinary scanner, but in simple terms you can think of it as a very smart scanner. It not only scans a barcode, but it analyses many aspects of its dimensions and its reflective properties and reports against an ISO standard that defines how to grade various aspects of the barcode. We'll go into those details later. There's a lot of equipment called verification equipment on the market to check various aspects of number correctness or barcode quality. Many are not true verifiers for GS1 purposes. The type of analysis required by GS1 specifications is called Scan Reflectance Profile Analysis. It's defined in ISO standard 15416. Ordinary scanners are not all the same. If a barcode is not fully correct, some scanners may scan it and others may not. It's entirely possible that a barcode that you scan successfully at your premises doesn't scan at the retailer's or buyer's end. This happens because there are hundreds of different kinds of scanners which yield different, even conflicting results. Verification, on the other hand, involves consistent and repeatable measurements of barcode parameters as per ISO and GS1 specifications. Then these measurements are analysed in relation to the expected scanning performance of the barcode under a range of conditions, and a verification report is generated on the basis of this analysis. Much equipment that is often regarded as verification equipment is not actually checking to the correct ISO and GS1 standards. This one, for example, will check for the impact of ink spread, but will not check any of the ISO parameters that relate to reflectance measurements. The ISO standard tells us what size scanner must be used to test each type of barcode. Remember, we're talking about scanners that are attached to verifiers, not ordinary scanners. When we say size, we're referring to the size of the aperture in the scanner. The aperture is the opening in the scanner that releases the light and captures what's reflected back. Some verifiers have separate scanners or input devices that the operator changes as required. Others have fixed scanning devices that automatically select the correct aperture for the barcode that they're testing. Aperture sizes are expressed in mils. This is an imperial measurement, not metric. 1 mil is 1,000th of an inch. The three aperture sizes used for testing GS1 linear barcodes are 6 mil, 10 mil and 20 mil. Be careful not to confuse mils with millimetres. Ideally, the aperture in the scanner on the verifier should be 80% as wide as the narrowest bar in the barcode. We use a 6 mil aperture to test EAN UPC barcodes and GS1 data bar. For all GS1 128, regardless of size, and for ITF 14 printed below 62.5%, we use a 10 mil aperture. And for ITF 14 printed at or above 62.5%, we use the 20 mil aperture. The ISO standard defines a set of grades that are assigned to various aspects of the barcode being tested. There are 4 grades and fail. The grades can also be expressed as numbers. This is the better way because it allows more precise measurements when we include decimal fractions. So we can know the grade our test achieves, or that we're seeking to achieve, and the size of the aperture used. For example, to express a C grade, we would write 1.5 because C is 2, and where we have decimal fractions, 2 effectively starts at 1.5. And let's suppose that we did this test with a 6 mil scanner. The last thing the ISO standard specifies is the wavelength of the light source in the scanner, and this must always be in the range of 660 to 680 nanometers. This is a full and correct way to say C grade with a 6 mil scanner. Using this method, we can express the grades that GS1 has defined as passing grades for each of our linear symbologies. We use a 6 mil aperture to test EAN UPC barcodes and GS1 data bar, and we require a C grade. For GS1 128 and ITF 14 printed below 62.5%, we use the 10mm aperture and still require a C. And for ITF14 printed at or above 62.5%, we use the 20mm aperture. This time though, we only require a D. But beware, the verifier will tell you whether you have a good barcode, but not whether you have a correct barcode.